Okay, so this is following up on the hippocampal transients. So you digested the event cache, integrating the harmonic element and Jungian. So hippocampal transients, turns out they are attractor basins as well, but they're strange attractors in the sense that they are. I don't have to read the initial binding of the event. Okay. Okay. So it's binding when it becomes a whole thing. Is binding of the event when the multimodal elements like visual, audio, color, and other parts become one representation? Except all. Yep, I think so. Okay, cool. Can I roll up, please? Okay. Roll back. Oh, my man. The event model. I'm exploring the meaning of binding specifically with the event context. The current thinking leads towards it representing the integration of various multimodal elements, visual into a cohesive whole triggered by an event. Yes. The question is, does this cohesive unit constitute the binding? I'm keen to clarify the distinction. Confirming event representation, I'm now certain binding is the creation of a unified event representation from multimodal elements. Okay, good. Specifically, Dionysus 3 binding occurs as an active inference analyzes the process. It combines observations, thoughts, actions, and active inference states into a development event. Okay, my immediate task is to verify that this is implemented correctly. This event acts as a central repository for the sensory context and is crucial for maintaining event sequences, like the brain's episodic buffer function. Implementing event cache. I'm now integrating the binding logic as the event cache into the event cache within the active inference analyzer. My focus on assuming multimodal fragments such as two parameters and sensory inputs correctly. Sorry, y'all, I got a subvocalizer. It's not going in. Okay, I'm gonna give him the full article because I want him save this private until when. Okay, there's gonna be a big ass gap. I should have Okay. looking for more of that article. It's probably the whole article to digest. Starting with the intro. Okay, I wish I'd given that diagram. Definitely given these formulas. Let me stop here. 7 of 21. This is actually this IDE is growing on me, especially this million context window that I'm assuming. Making sure he's getting that. CE Central Executive. Okay, so more prediction model would successfully predict individual CE. What is CE? That doesn't sound like that would be it. That sucks. CE, I'm guessing Central Executive. CE. I'm just going to have to go up here until I can find CE. So, hold on. Okay, I'll make sure it's got the one thing I just thought of. Running verification script to confirm all new features. Binding archetypes, updating walkthrough. Successful completion. I gotta ask it. Are the archetypes included in the pattern evolution? Has the pattern evolution been migrated from Dionysus 2 to Dionysus 3 yet? I gotta get that archetypes and motifs paper. If just a little piece of it, he'll find the rest. Motifs, attractors. I left off attractors. There we go. I don't think I'm going to be able to find the whole article. Okay, there we go. Found, did I get a copy? Yeah, found the full one. Okay, download full text. Don't mind if I do. It's a doc file. Okay. I'm going to piss it off and feed it an entire document. How long is this? Oh, it's not bad. Motifs across generations. Here we go. These judgments include beliefs in the efficacy of certain ritual actions, the order they should occur. Thus, cognitive scientists studying recurrent motifs suggest these motifs are the result of invariant elements of human minds and environments combining in typical ways. Accordingly, this process of motif making can be compared to the phenomenon of biological niches. Such niches are analogous to attractor positions. Architecture of mind shapes belief. Describe a model not unlike Jung's, thus creating cross-cultural recurrent patterns. I'm just going to feed it this and that. Okay, so he's got that. Next, I want thought seeds and mental models to make sure that he's foregrounding that during the migration. Archetypes, strange attractors of the psyche. Okay, complex systems, sensitive dependence on initial conditions. Gleek, that's chaos, right? Yeah, please, James Gleek, chaos. Okay, butterfly effect, mutual inhibition equations. I mean, it's almost like attractors. There we go. Physics, in which particular motion will settle. Strange attractors is the epitome of contradiction, never repeating, yet always resembling itself indefinitely. Okay, Mandelbrot. I was always fascinated by this. My attention span, though. Chaos and Jung. Fractal attractors demonstrate a similar phenomena. Complexes. That was Jung belief complexes, right? Yeah, until you notice them. The subject will pause before giving a response in a stimulus word. These pauses simply not been factored into the result of the experiment. You check such pauses, lacunae. In exploring in detail the images associated with their occurrence, Jung was able to construct a network of associations around the pauses. He called these network complexes and hypothesized that whenever one's attention became entwined in an association of complexes, energy would be drawn towards the complex and away from consciousness. Fractal attractors dominate a similar phenomenon. Okay, now that shit got interesting. Oh, I'm over here read this side. I'm rude. Okay, so archetypes, the strange attractors of the psyche. And the part where it gets good is here. Okay, we're in the wonderful world of phenomenology. Okay, this is definitely going to end up mapping for me to coherence therapy where stuff is being brought up from the limbic system to the, is it left dorsolateral prefrontal, so it's to bring it into consciousness. And I think Beyond also had some stuff on this that I'm going to end up having to look into. Tensions of opposite generate psychic energy and regulate psychological growth. Tensions of opposites are essentially oscillators. There we go. SOHM, that's what it was looking for. With that in mind, let's return to the moment from language of mutual inhibition equation, interrogate. Yep, bifurcation. Okay, yeah. Okay, right here, negative capability. Right there, that is that, what's his name? James? John Keats? Who is negative capability? But anyway, it's the concept of submitting oneself to tensions of opposites and of learning the means to tolerate that, beginning with grip on unconscious contents. The process of transformation demands that one endures tensions of opposite until symbols appear that can establish new patterns of integration. A typical human feeling was the inclination to seek haven in one another or fantasy. Even then, however, while transformation disrupted. Yeah, that gets a snapshot. Big old illegal to copy, distribute, circulate. Okay, most analytical psychologists can test the effect of chaos in the previous life of the psyche. It's generally not very Okay, so I gotta bring this in here. Wow, that's negative capability, uncertainty. Almost sure it's John Keats. There we go. The conversation. Let me check who. Laura Hood. Okay. Bring this over. John Keats' concept of negativity or sitting in uncertainty is needed now and there. Yeah, miss me with all that too. Negative capability. There we go. There we go. Yep, negative capability. Without irritable, reaching after a fact and reason. Negative here is not pejorative, instead implies the ability to resist explaining away what we do not understand. Okay. Uncertainty can be uncomfortable. It is often quite tempting to stop pondering complex questions. This made me think of Daniel Dennett, Failure of Imagination, and jump to conclusion, but Keats counseled otherwise. It's just one of those phrases that when I first heard it, this is my second time ending on Farnham Street. Like, I just discovered this. Is it that guy? I just discovered this blog 2 days ago. Yep, it's funny. There we go. Beyond. Like I was just saying a minute ago. Should be so random. Negative capability was the ability to tolerate the pain and confusion of not knowing, rather than imposing ready-made. I think Dion had a thing about alpha and beta particles lingering at the lumen. I think. not knowing, alpha function in the unconscious mind. Yeah, there it is. From alpha, which is not thought, unconscious. Okay. I just had to go to bed in a while. I do need to pull up um, description. It's not representative redescription. What is this? Representational redescription. Why did it give me that one? I gotta keep this. Did I already feed the archetypal paper to it? I don't think I did. Nah, I never did. Okay. Yeah, definitely gotta go to